What's good, squad? This week I got a comment from a frequent viewer, I'll throw his handle on screen now, asking me to make a video about when and how to use EQ, also dive into a little bit of mixing and mastering sauce. Let's get into it. Okay, so first off, I have two little samples I whipped up. They have effects on them baked in already, but they definitely need some EQ. Just click this little EQ button here, pull up the channel EQ. Here's what it looks like. I'm gonna run this loop while the EQ shows graphically what's going on. All this stuff below 200 hertz, it's gonna try and compete with your low end, whether it's a kick, a bass, or an 808. So first thing you want to do with a melody is click this top left button. It's a high pass filter that'll let you cut out as much low end as you want. This one is more for ducking, so it'll lower the frequencies but not get rid of them entirely. Same thing with this one, but this will actually cut it. So let's cut some low end while the loop plays. You want to cut it till the low end's gone, but you want to stop cutting once it takes some of the character away from the melody. There's kind of a sweet spot. It's different for every loop. In this melody, I want to also boost some presence, which is like mid-high range. So let's do that live. And when you want to make a more narrow boost, just click on the dot here, go to the edge, and you can pull this in and out to narrow the notch that you want to use. And then one last thing I want to show you guys. When you have harsh frequencies, pull in one of these dots till it's pretty narrow. Pull it all the way up and just kind of sweep through until you find part of the melody that is kind of shrill or harsh. And then you can drag down this decibel meter to lower it just that little bit that you want. See how that's super ear grating? Now I'm just going to pull that down. Perfect. And that should pretty much do it for the EQ for this loop. So before and after. Now let's do this second loop and see what we're working with. Right away, I see a ton of low end I want to chop out, so let's do that. See, that's too far, so I'm going to dial it back from there. And then the low-mid frequency is kind of higher than the high-end stuff. I want to balance that out by raising up some of that mid-high range. And the very top end is a little bit grating, which will get annoying over time. So I'm just going to carve off the very top end. When you're pulling the EQ in, hold this dot, click and hold, and pull down. Make the slope weaker. Pull up, it'll tighten it up more. Right there. Okay, that'll about do it. That's how to go about EQing melodies. So I picked out a handful of drums from my bunker multi-kit. As usual, I'll link that down in description. It has everything you need to make heartbeats. And I just have a two-step hat and a clap. The reason I put my drum kit into a drum machine designer like this, on the entire kit, you can throw an EQ, cut out all those lows around 200 hertz like I would for the melody. Also, I like to just boost that high end a little bit. All the drum sounds in my kits are already EQ'd, processed perfectly, so you shouldn't even need to EQ the drums. Let's whip up a quick drum pattern. Convert that to MIDI and mess with those rolls. Easy enough, here's that hi-hat pattern. Snare time. And I just pulled up the Descent 808 from my 808 Armory. Link down below as well, which sounds like this. Stupid hard. All I did so far is just lay down the root notes. Let's spice that up a little bit, put some chops in there. Easy enough. Keep it simple like that. Let's run it from the top. And let's get creative with some of the bunker kits, perks, and sound effects. I'm making sure that none of these sounds overlap, so they each have their individual pockets. And let's jump into one last 808 pattern. Start by, once again, laying down those root notes. Remove some notes and add some more. Yeah, let me join these up. I'm just gonna throw a quick pitch bend right at the very end. Easy enough. Here's that second 808. So that makes up the components of the beat. Now it's time to get into some mixing and mastering tips. Hope you guys learned something. Remember to check out that bunker kit and that 808 Armory. Both well worth it. Peace.